People often say you should never get rid of the first car, and they're completely right. In the game of growing up, driving away from your family in the car all by yourself, it's magical. It's like you have complete freedom to see the entire world by yourself. No parent in the passenger seat, no one telling you where to go. Just you, music, and the open road. The story starts in sophomore year of high school. In sophomore year, I got my driver's permit on my 16th birthday, and I was so happy that I could finally drive. And now, the new hazard on the road was me. I originally hated the Cavalier. It had chip paint all over it. It looked like a piece of shit, and it drove so well. So it was really like playing with me at that point. I could either drive it and just have to not give a fuck about how it looked, or I could just not drive at all. So in the end, I just had to suck it up and deal with it. This thing was legendary. This was like monumental to me. I got this license before my older brother got his license. So the two cars at the house were now my dad's car and mine, because my mom can't drive. I had the freedom to go get a job now, make my own money, and pay for my own things. It was like I was really growing up in this car. I became an independent person, really, by having my own car to drive and my own responsibilities that came with it. Always having money to buy gas, always making sure to get the car working, and I never failed the car and the car never failed me. One really fun thing that the car was good at was handling on like tight back roads. It was like a beast at them. You could like go so fast into a turn, hit the brakes, calm little turn, boom, you're like right out that corner fast as you went in it. It was like something else. What this thing lacked in power, it made up for in nimbleness. You don't get this kind of like traction in a Prius. This thing was like, it was really fun. It got so fun to the fact that I actually had a route going home from work, which I called the Park Drive. Because getting around those turns, up this hill, down the other side, it was like right out of Initial D. Doing the full like circuit. Going down the hill, up the mountain, everything. I remember I even timed it, and I finished the entire thing in like 3 minutes, which was like insane because my brother actually tried it when he got his license. He was nowhere close. He did it in 4.5 minutes. So the bond between man and car in this car was unlike anything else. This car was one with me, and I was one with this car. If I had a passenger in the passenger seat, I could feel the difference in the turning. How much stress went onto those wheels, I could feel it with just one passenger. It was a very light car, so it makes sense. So the downfall of the Cavalier happened from the back right subframe. You see, the Cavalier is actually built as a unibody, not a subframe and like a cabin kind of element. So the rust got so bad in the back right that the entire car in a right turn would slide very easily because the right tire would not be in line with the back left tire. So they would just part ways. They would tow out completely, and it was very dangerous to drive. So in the end, it got scrapped, and so brought on my brother's Prius and the end of an era of an amazing car. Honestly, this car I would take it any day over a Prius. You know? And I think the big thing of this story is that you should buy your kids beaters. Old, slow cars. To be grateful for what you have. And not care what anyone else thinks about it. Because at the end of the day, that's your car. It's your capsule to travel the world and make you more independent. Build you into the person you're meant to be. So that brings us to today, where I now have a 2002 Subaru Impreza WRX. And it is the funnest car I've ever had. This car, it is like if the Cavalier was Charmander, this would be Charizard. This thing is a complete upgrade compared to the Cavalier. It's got 100 more horsepower. It's got the handling that I've been missing. It's got just nicer seats, nicer interior. It is a complete evolved form of the Cavalier in all its glory. It goes around turns like no other. It goes up hills like no other. It is the peak fun in a car. It is like, Park Run is like nothing it ever was before after this. This is truly the car that fits me the best. And that's the end of the video. So like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and we'll see where my car adventure leads me in the future. This is really fun to make. And goodbye to my 1996 Chevy Cavalier. It had the best run, and it will be missed.